Denise is being messy about, because really Denise's bone to pick was with Rinna, who's gone.
But did anyone
but
really have her back during that whole fucking thing? And
No.
look, I still, you and I disagree on this. I still, listen, first of all, I am beyond thrilled that Denise is back. I also feel when you made $1 million or whatever, and you wanted 2 million and they said no, and now you make 0, although you make plenty on your OnlyFans. I think Denise this season, like I'm telling you, if it doesn't work with everyone. I will refer to Lydia McLaughlin from the OC again. Sometimes you get fired and then you get the job back and you don't learn. But I think a lot of people, when something is taken away, you come back with nothing to lose. And I think Denise is just like, well, first of all, the devil is gone. So the devil in disguise, known as Lisa Rinna, is gone. So I feel like it's got to be a lighter season for her, but I feel like she has nothing to lose. And I mean, she is Denise fucking Richards. Like, I am so thrilled that Denise is back in this friend capacity. I'm thrilled. I mean, could you imagine if Denise were there? Oh my God. I've only met Denise like once or twice. I would have been thrilled. But anyway, Kyle was pointing I think Kyle had, listen, they did film. I think she was pointing fingers at some people during the table. The main drama was at those little tables where they were standing. Now, it's come out, this rumor. Now, first of all, you and I met Marcellus and Annemarie. I thought they were lovely, lovely. I don't even know if she's in her 40s. We'll have to fact check that. I would have thought late 30s, believe it or not.
Oh, maybe she is in her 30s. Yeah, she's very stunning in real life. They're very
gorgeous.
Tall. I said, oh my God, congrats on being on the show. Neither one of them said a peep. So I'm sure they're not allowed to, even though of course they were there filming, we know they're on the show. I said, oh, I'm sure you can't say anything. And he just smiled. And I said, but you did ask her, you said, how's it going? And she said, it's great. I'm loving the experience. I mean, she sounded very enthusiastic. Like they had no regrets. Like she wasn't exhausted. Like, oh Lord, she was very happy. So
now,
I mean,
it's come out, which came out before, but now it's come. I think she had the drama that night. So the rumor is that she's having drama. And I think a lot, and then we'll talk about what Crystal said to me, because I had a minute with Crystal later on. So the rumor now that's come out is that, from this filming, it's come out that she's having issues. Marcellus in the past has sent tweets. Now, this is not confirmed, but Marcellus has sent tweets that are along the argument. Now, he's an NFL legend, are along the lines of the Caitlyn Jenner school of thought, where Caitlyn has been very vocal on this and Marcellus has been very vocal of like, a trans woman should not, and I disagree with this, I have to say. And again, I'm not some woke person, but I do disagree with this. Caitlyn and Marcellus believe that if you're a trans woman, you should
so biologically born a man, but then you become a woman, you should not be allowed to play on a biological female's team.
Right. Yeah. Which a lot of people agree with. I strongly disagree with this because, a trans woman is a woman. It's not a man. So I don't know where you're supposed to then compete. It raises a question, but you can disagree.
They should have their own league. Why don't they have their own league?
Well, because a trans woman is a woman. A trans woman is a true woman. And this is where, and by the way, I do have some issues. I do have some issues with Marcellus's wording of his statement, which I don't have in front of me, but it was like, he said something like, now, if you're one of the transgenders, I just have it's a little cringy. It's a little cringy. Like transgender, I don't know. I have to find the actual statement.
No.
Well, I mean, I understand.
People are learning that.
But it's not, well, it's not so new in the sense that, what the hell?
Well, in sports it is. I mean, this has only been something that people are trying to figure out in the past, 5 years, 8 years? And I think it's tricky, right? Because you do see somebody born biological male. We saw it with the swimmer, the famous swimmer. Oh God, what's her name? Anyway, she like won everything. She dominated everything. Born biological man. Now she is a woman, but that's like hard. I mean, it is it's difficult because if you're, men do have like, if you're born biological male, I mean, you do have like a body structure that is It is hard for women to compete. I mean, I understand.
Well, that's
Look,
Marcellus's point. And
I have somebody from 90 Day Fiance. He's the first trans cast member ever. He's coming up. I think you should be whoever you want. I get this. The sports thing I think is hard because a lot of, these women, born biological women, it's hard. Like it's just, they cannot compete. It's like, I don't know what you do. I mean, how do you make that fair? I don't know that that's necessarily fair.
Well, apparently because of this belief of,
brought this up to him.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, because of this belief of his, and I think she agrees, that I rumor is that EJ and Crystal primarily are the two that have a problem with Annemarie's beliefs on this. And we did see there was a moment at those tables in that main room where Erika and Annemarie were standing, and it looked like they were arguing while you were enjoying your evening, Sarah, telling people.
I was talking to Helena.
Sarah's like, oh my God, I just met a financial venture capitalist. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Right. She's like, and like, maybe I'll get business advice. I'm like, okay, what? I'm like, Sarah. And then Sarah's like, where are you? It's like, yeah, girl, I walked away from you. Sorry. Oh, wait, this is where everyone's going to tell me that I'm so rude to you. But at least I'm honest about my life. I'm like, I am not here for any enjoyment. There's nothing fun right now. I have to get stuff for the behind the velvet ropers, for the ropers.
I could make friends with anyone. There was also this older guy, because I attract old men. There was this old guy that kept looking at me, and he had all this curly hair. And I almost started talking to him, but I thought, oh, this is just going to end, and he'll be married, and he'll want to hook up. And I'm not doing this.
The worst one was that tall woman. I'm like, I was rude. I was a little rude. I just was overwhelmed. I was like, she was like, I just literally tried. I can't do so many things at once. I literally just walked away from her. I walked away mid-sentence. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person. But so
we have to wrap up. We're going to have to do a part 2.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay. But we have to talk about what Crystal said to me. So with Crystal and Erika and this Annemarie seemed to be having issues. I don't know. And then later in the night, just having nothing to do with this, I saw Crystal and I'm like, hey, same thing. I asked them all, how's the season going? Dorit kind of gave us like, what do you want from me? Like, it's a job. Like Dorit was kind of like, it is what it is. I'm like, it's a job, right? She's like, absolutely. That's not the point. I had a moment with Crystal and I said, so how's the season going? And I'm like, oh shit, this bitch is going to talk. Sorry, I didn't mean bitch, but you know what I mean? Because I love Crystal. She was like, wrong people are wrong. This is what she said. And, when someone's wrong, they're wrong because wrong people are wrong. And she's like, and I know I'm right this time. And I think she was talking about this whole trans issue now. Because then she was, maybe. Mind you, I was like, girl, can you be any more vague? And she's like, I can't say anything else. But I think she was talking about this. What?
Do you think after last season, where we had so many race things, we're still resolving racial bots? Do you really think they're going to go there a lot with trans issues?
I don't. I think it's going to be edited. I think it's going to be minimized.
Okay. That was my question. Do you think we're really going to see a lot of that?
No, but we also have this rumor that Kyle's Ozempic was brought on the show by one of the women. Mind you, did you see that post also where someone's like said to, and we'll have to fight about Ozempic next time, you and me, where someone said like to Kyle, like, it's disgusting. Like, look at you from this homeless, not toothless, you losing weight through drugs. And Kyle was like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what I'm doing with my body.
She literally told him, shut the fuck up.
She should. I don't blame her. PK was there. He was great. Everything's fine. Paula Abdul was the MC. Sarah's like, I'm like, fuck all these goddamn housewives. Wait, Paula Abdul is here? And then Taylor Dayne performed later. Sarah's like, who is this? I'm like, I can't even talk to you anymore. This is a pop culture. Tell it to my heart. Tell it to my heart. Tell me you're the
only one.
Yes. And then Josh Flagg was there. Oh, please. Josh Flagg is like,
I wanted to talk to him. He was very low key.
Please. Who cares about him? He's not that nice. I mean, so like, I guess this is our, I mean, there's tea, I guess.